How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? It's Friday. Friday, yet another Friday. Another time to be grateful. Gratitude is a must. And I'm grateful to be here another Friday. To see the beautiful creation of the Almighty, And I give thanks, for being able to be alive. I woke up this morning with breath in my lungs, and I'm grateful for that. Again, I want to say thank you so much to you guys for viewing my videos. And again, like I said before, a lot of people are viewing the videos and they're not hitting the subscribe button. So I want you to stop what you're doing right now and hit that subscribe button. And if at the end of this video, you like this video, you like the content, then hit the like button. It goes a long way and it helps the channel to grow and it helps some more people to get the message. And that's what I've been trying to do with this channel, is to spread the message, spread the positive message out there to people out there who need it. In these times of uncertainty, we need some good content, we need some good message, and that's what I've been trying to do. I want to set the tone for this episode. I don't even know if I should call it episode 7.1 or if I should call it episode 8 or part 8. Maybe we'll just call it part 8. But I wanted to pause for a little bit and be grateful and share some gratitude, to people who have been helping me on this journey, and also people who have been, causing me nothing but grief on this journey, which is very few. I must say I've been very fortunate. Everybody can't like you, and the ones that don't, in most cases, just because they just can't understand you. But I want to pause for a little bit and share some gratitude. And really and truly, that was influenced by a note I received a week ago. After I posted my last video, I received a note that really encouraged me. It was interesting that at that time when I received that note, I wouldn't say that I was disappointed but I was going through a little slight down moment. I'm a human being, and we have those down days and we have those up days, and I'm grateful to say I have more up days than down days lately. But I was having a little bit of a moment. Every now and again you were getting an update, you were getting a press release, and it's some tough times we're living in. And I received that note and it put a smile on my face. It encouraged me to keep pushing, because sometimes just when you think that no one is paying attention, no one is listening, no one is seeing what you're doing, you get that, that little spur of encouragement. And that's what this note did to me. It was from a student. I don't want to go into too much details as to what the note was exactly, because some of it is a little personal. I don't want to put the person's business out there, but we have about 16 students right now. Well, 15. We have 8 students, I believe, or 7 students in the youth class, the young people's class, from 6 to 7:30, and then we had 8 students. One person had to migrate in the adults class, and every one of those students are on a scholarship, a full-time scholarship. So we're not making any money whatsoever from the classes right now. And that person sent me a note, and she told me that when she applied for the scholarship, she was going through a really hard time in her life, and she felt like that was an opportunity and sort of like, I'm paraphrasing, sort of like an eye-opener for her to keep pushing. When she received the email from me saying that she had received the scholarship, and she was basically expressing herself as to how grateful she was for the opportunity and how meaningful that program is for her in her life right now. And like I said, just when I thought that no one was paying attention, no one was listening, no one is really paying attention to what I'm doing, she sent me that note, and I just want to let her know She's probably going to be looking at this video, and I just want to let her know that I am very grateful for her for being that vessel, or being that messenger to bring me the message when I needed it. Because at that moment, I really needed that message. Thank you for being receptive to the higher powers, for delivering that message to me. You know, it feels really good to know that someone can inspire you, and you in return can be an inspiration to somebody else. Someone gave me a chance, gave me a shot, and I in return is turning right back and giving it to somebody else. And I was very grateful for that note. And so thank you. You know who you are. So on that note, like I said, I want to keep this part as, you know, really like a gratitude part. You know, I want to be grateful. And I have a few people, I'm going to call a few names today. I have a few people I want to shout out. And I know why I want to do that, because I think it's important. It's important for us to, like I said, in my videos, in some of my episodes past, I give people their flowers while they're living. Let them enjoy them while they can. And don't wait till they're dead to be buried and then put some flowers in their hands. And I can't tell you that and not do it myself. So I'm taking up the responsibility now to do it myself publicly on my channel. You know, 12 years ago, I moved to Anguilla. And I want to thank a few people for allowing me to survive on this journey, or allowing me to I can almost say to be where I am today. Sometimes we go through challenges in life and we don't understand that these are just, you know, stepping stones to build a fortress, you know, the fortress of life that we are all trying to build a dream. And we get discouraged, you know, but I want to name a few people that I feel led to name that was very instrumental to my journey here in Anguilla as a non-national. You know, I'm from the beautiful island of Dominica, and I moved here. And these people accepted me, and they gave me a shot. And in some cases, they gave me some challenges and helped me to push myself to where I am today. O'Malley 360 is really the reason why I'm in Anguilla right now, because he moved to Anguilla years before me, and he always tell me, man, come to Anguilla, come to Anguilla, come to Anguilla. And I took the opportunity when I got the opportunity to come to Anguilla, and I literally came to Anguilla because of O'Malley. You know, I stayed by O'Malley. I don't remember how long I stayed by O'Malley before I kind of transitioned from there. But O'Malley was the one who really gave me the opportunity to come to Anguilla, and for that, I want to thank you, bro, publicly. You know, sometimes when O'Malley calls me and asks me for service, I tell him, when he asks me how much it is, bro, I said, don't worry about it. And the other day he had to pull me up, and he had to be like, he said, bro, look, I want to pay you, bro. I'm paying everybody else to do stuff for me, and I want to pay you. And I told him, I said, bro, it's not really about the money. Because in my opinion, you gave me the opportunity. You gave me a chance. You gave me a shot. You allow me to be here. And some of my ways that I'm behaving is because I feel led to do so, and not necessarily trying to pay you back, because, you know, that's not the idea. But, you know, you allow me to be me. And sometimes I want to, when I get the opportunity, or when I feel I get the opportunity to allow you to be you, I want to do that back in return. So you know, O'Malley had to pull me up there and be like, bro, no, tell me how much it is, bro, because, you know, and I'd say this again, it's not really about the money. So when it comes to O'Malley, it's not really about the money, because, you know, like I said, you were the reason why I'm here, bro. You know what you did. I don't have to go, you know, taking the whole episode and spilling out, you know, what you did for me. I am grateful for what you did for me, you know, so thank you. And then O'Malley introduced me to Davon, Mr. Davon Carty. At that time, Davon had a band called Concepts. It was Curtis Robinson, Rural Richardson, and I started, you know, dabbling with those guys. Shortly after that, I left, because I came in November, and then I left to go to Barbados in January. And then when I come back from Barbados, you know, me and David had a conversation. I was like, you know, bro, I really want to stay here. And I don't want to go too much in details, but the gist of it is, I really want to stay here. If there's a way, we could figure something out. And we figured something out with the help of Mr. Foster Rogers. And so I don't want to deviate from Davon yet, but I'll get to Foster in a little bit. And Davon, again, gave me a shot to start performing with the band. And then it moved from concept trio into British Dependency. And yes, I'm a founding member of British Dependency. And I know there's lots of controversy about, what really happened between me and Davon in British Dependency. And I want to clear the air. Not that I have to, but in the spirit of gratitude, I want to clear the air. My mom has a saying that says, 2 male crabs cannot stay in one hole. Deux mâles crabes passent à côté en tout. And that is simply what it was with me and Davon. We are both grown, we are both leaders, we are both individuals with big egos. And after a while, we just couldn't stay in the same hole. And that's just what it was. So forget about what you heard. Forget about what you think you know. That's just what it was. We just couldn't stay under the same roof after a while. It's like you grow up, and after a while you have to leave you have to leave your house. You have to leave your mom's nest and go out and fend for yourself. That is just exactly what it was. And like I say, forget what you heard, forget what you think you know. That is just what it was. Deux mâles crabes passent à côté en tout. But I am grateful for Davon. And I've said this before, and I want to say it here on my channel, and I hope he'll get the opportunity to see this. I'm grateful for him because at the end of the day, Davon kind of helped me. Even though at the time, I didn't see it as help when we decided that we couldn't live under the same umbrella anymore. I didn't see it as help at the time. Probably Davon didn't see that help as at the time. But I sit down sometimes and I ask myself, if that situation did not happen, where would I be today? And I'm not saying I would have been in a worse situation. I'm not saying I would have been in a better situation, but I'm just saying, where would I have been today? Sometimes people have to push you. Sometimes people have to push you for you to find your own nest. And I felt that situation pushed me to find my own nest. So Davon, I want to thank you for pushing me to find my own nest. And among a lot of other things that you did for me, but you pushed me to find my own nest. And that's just what it was. And I'm sticking to that. Me and Davon, we good right now. I spoke to him a couple of days ago. So again, like I said, forget what you heard, we good. But then I want to go back to Mr. Foster Rogers, and I don't want to go into too much details because I don't want to make this video too long. But I think it's important. And I'm going to try to summarize it. Because after this part, we're going to go into moving from British Dependency and going into True Intentions. But before we go there, I came to Anguilla, I think it was a Thursday. And I'll give you a little slight, I think I've said this in previous episodes. When I came in, they gave me 8 days. Within that 8 days, I met Mr. Foster Rogers. And again, I'm not going to go into too much details, but I think it's important. I met Mr. Foster Rogers through Natasha. Thank you again, Natasha, for introducing me to Mr. Foster Rogers. At that time, Foster was working in immigration. And we spoke, and something about him was just really, really cool. And I guess something about me was really, really cool for him. And he asked me, how long you gonna be here for, bro? He's like, man, you seem like a really cool guy. How long you gonna be here for? And I said to him, well, 8 days, I guess, because that's what they gave me. And he's like, what happened? And anyway, I explained the situation to him, and he figured it out for me. I'm gonna just put it as that. He figured it out for me. And even after I came from Barbados, between Davon and Foster Rogers, they figured out how I could stay here and obtain a work permit waiver for staying here and working. And Mr. Rogers, thank you so much. Even today, you are still instrumental in helping me figure out stuff with Anguilla Music Academy, and I don't want to go into too much details, but you know what you've done, bro. And thank you so much for that. When I broke off from British Dependency and I decided to form my own band, we used to work at a few institutions, bars, restaurants. One of the places that we used to work at was Davida's. And when I spoke to Davida about the whole situation, the British dependency and so forth. She's like, cool, I'll support you in whatever you decide to do. And I told her I'm going to form my own band. And she was like, what are you going to call the band? I don't know if she remembers that, but I hope she does. And I hope this jogs her memory. I said, well, I'm not sure yet. And she said, it should be something about intention. It should be something about intention because I feel like you have a good intention. And I said, true intention. So Vida basically named the band True Intentions. I don't know if she remembered. If she did not remember, I hope this will jerk her memory. Vida Lloyd, thank you so much, for your encouragement, for being that vessel. Again, I'll go back to that, being that vessel. In my life, I find a lot of people, are vessels for the message, and sometimes they don't even know, and Vida was the vessel for that message at the time. And thank you so much, Vida, for that. Mr. Kenroy Hobbit, when I broke off, again, when I decided to find my own nest, when I was there with British dependency, Kenroy was my student at the time. I used to do drumming classes, and Kenroy was my student. And I spoke to Kenroy about the situation, and honestly, I didn't know what I was going to do because, at that time, I'm on a work permit waiver. And I was just like, it was just time to find my nest, and whatever it is, I'll figure it out, and whatever it is, it'll get figured out. And me and Kenroy was talking about it, and he's like, I'm going to help you figure this out, bro. I'm going to help you figure this out. And that he did. Again, I'm not going to go into too much details as to what transpired between me and him. But that he did. And I never forget about that, As a matter of fact, we had a good conversation the other day, and I told him straight up, I said to him, I've always been looking for ways to, not necessarily pay you back, but help you too, because I don't forget that you helped me. And so I want to be grateful again for Kenroy. And if you out there, I didn't call your name and you feel to yourself that you played a major role in pushing me forward or in some way or the other helping me articulate my dream, then I want to thank you because I can't go calling everybody's name. We are already 17 minutes going, and if I start calling more names, we're gonna be here all day. But last but not least, my family, my immediate family here. My two boys and my wife, and I cannot begin to say how much grateful I am for my family, particularly my wife, because she's the adult in the family. And the two boys are, they do what they can, and the little that they do is enough to keep me going. And everything I do right now is for those boys, But my wife has always been supportive, Even when I can see the reaction on her face, is like, what is wrong with this crazy dude? And sometimes, we not necessarily fight, but disagree. Even a couple of days ago, I was doing something the way I know how to do it, and she wasn't in agreement with me for doing it that way. And I said to her, I know you don't understand, but this is the way I have done everything that I know how to do. And this is the reason I am where I am today. I have to push. I know you don't want me to push, but this is what I know I have to push. And she understood, not every time you can find people that understand you, but she understands. And even when she don't understand, and I can see it on her face that she's a bit confused, she still support me in it. And it's hard to find people like that in life. When you find people like that in life, you have to be grateful and you have to show them gratitude and show them love. And I want to publicly say thank you so much. I love you and I love my family from the bottom of my heart. Everything I do is for you guys. And but again, I want to encourage you. In closing, I want to encourage you. Stop what you're doing. Call this person up. This person that means something to you in life. Call them up. In this life of uncertainty, you can get up tomorrow and hear that your loved one is dead. You can get up tomorrow and hear that your friend is dead. I have been, it's been very challenging for me to find friends since I've been to Angola because, I had some really good friends back home. My boys, Cremo and Kerry, And some of the guys back home, you know, they were like, you know, my brothers, you know. And it's been really hard for me to find, you know, guys or friends like that since I've been to Angola, because again, I do everything I do wholeheartedly, and sometimes I feel like I give too much and I don't get back in return, so I cut the friendship, you know. But if there's someone in your life today that does something for you or did something for you, take the time off, pick up the phone, call them, send them a note, and tell them how grateful you are. This episode, this part has been about being grateful, and I am grateful. I am grateful for you, the viewers, for viewing these videos. It doesn't matter how few you guys are, you know, because this one person called me. This one person sent me a message and told me that the video they saw on YouTube encouraged them so much that they feel like now it's time for them to get up and do something. One person. If I get one view from every video that I post on YouTube, I'm satisfied. It means that one person has gotten that message. I'm not doing this for likes. I'm not doing this for view. It would be great to have 1,000 views and 1,000 likes. It would be great to have, you know, 1 million followers at some point. But this is not what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this to share the message. And again, like I want to say to you guys, stop what you're doing. Give people their flowers while they're living and let them enjoy it while they can. Don't wait till they're dead to be buried and then put flowers on their grave. If I have done something for you in life and you're grateful, give me a call, send me a note, tell me how grateful you are. You know, because this goes a long way. In those times of uncertainty, this goes a long way. Thank you so much. And I hope this episode, this part, inspired you to go out there and be grateful. I am so grateful for life. It's enough for me to give thanks. Just being able to breathe. You know, this is, man, it's so fortunate. You know how fortunate that is? You know how privileged I am to be able to breathe? Some people can't breathe without having immersion on them this morning. I can breathe. This feels so good, and I am grateful. And I'm so grateful for all the people out there who have helped me in this journey of life. And I am also grateful for the people who haven't helped me in this journey of life, who give me nothing but grief. But because of this grief, I am where I am today. Because of this grief, because of this non-compliance, because of this non-energy that you're giving me, because of this, you know, bad face and bad mind you're giving me, it helps me to push myself forward, you know, because I use those things as stepping stone. Thank you so much. This has been part 8 of Story of My Life, and I hope you are encouraged today. And again, if you like this video, you like this content, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, subscribe. We're going to go into part 9, and we're going to talk about true intentions. I'm going to talk about losing my first baby with my wife, which changed my whole life and the way I think right now. You want to stay tuned for this one. It's going to make you feel weird a little bit, but it's going to be interesting. So thank you so much, guys. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you can know when I post content. Thank you so much. And this has been another episode of Story of My Life. Thank you so much. And again, I'm grateful for you and I love you. Thank you. Peace.